on a daily, relentless basis. Downsized our awards banquet. We used to think we were the freaking Academy Awards, and we saved $205,000 on our awards banquet. Okay. We eliminated an outside design firm's $36,000. We renegotiated our EFACs, $40,000. We restructured our Cisco Smart Lease, $36,600. We got rid of the IT temp. That saved $10,000. We actually got those guys back now, so it's not a savings. A DSL line audit was worth $7,200. Corporate meals saved $1,000. And get this, out of branches, okay, office supplies, meals and entertainment and forms. Out of our 14 branches, we saved $239,700. Just still trying to change the mindset. Someone gets a cold, and the office is sending flowers to them and charging it to me. I don't think there's really a good policy to have when I was putting in money every month to make payroll. Okay. We had a transaction coordinator that was not making a profit, because we make a profit off that. We just eliminated that. That was $52,000. And we also used to have the Taj Mahal holiday party. When we started Intero, I said, you know what? I'm going to do what every other company used to complain about and just kind of like do the opposite. One of the things was they had a Christmas party and you had to pay for your spouse, right? And they thought everybody was being cheap. So we used to hold a great Christmas party at the Fairmont Hotel. It cost me $275,000. I eliminated it, okay? Now we have potlucks, okay? We'll bring it back. Okay? Bottom line is we cut $7,892,241 out of our budget, okay, over those 2 years, which is a huge amount. We introduced, like I said, scorekeeping for success. I monitor everything pretty much on a daily basis. I can, reach in my pocket and pull out a little thing and know if I did $5 million in revenue, I have 0 EBITDA and a $240,000 loss, and I can look and see what we did and know exactly where we go, right from there. So that's good. It's just on a little tiny card like this, okay? And I think that's an important thing. You got to know where you stand. If you don't know where you stand, you're not going to be standing too long. Okay, so that's it. Do I have any? If I have a tiny bit more time, I brought in some leadership things that I had to share. But if I don't, I'll get off the stage. Try to get the managers to scorekeep for the agents, but I just do it for the brokers, and I scorekeep typically contacts and appointments that are set, appointments that they actually have. I scorekeep now when they roll someone back on their right, on their right commission split, because that's a huge thing for me. If I do $100 million in revenue, I move 1% on that. I got 5 minutes, beautiful. I get do $100 million in revenue, I get 1% on retained, and that's $1 million to my bottom line. Okay, so any case, yeah. So I monitor all those on a daily basis, and then I actually get batting averages. Okay, I make batting averages. If you're making all these attempts but not setting any appointments, we need to work on your scripts. You don't know what to say, so we're doing that, and that gets out there, and that just creates an environment where no one wants to be. This business isn't for the weak-willed or faint of heart, right? It's for those of us who get sick to our stomach if we're not in the top 10% of any competitive activity, and many of my managers are motivated by that, and it seems to work. I want to help them. I want them to do good. Let me rifle through some things on. You remember the movie The Blind Side? And just throw me off when it's time to get off. But that Blind Side, I had read the book. Michael Lewis, he's the guy that wrote Moneyball on Blindside. And Blindside, it's about that Michael Orr and the left tackle and that whole thing. But really, if you read the whole book, it really is a great thing about sports, and it talks about systems, and a lot of it's into the West Coast offense. And a guy by the name of Bill Walsh, which was our own 49ers coach, and I monitored a lot of the business stuff that I did. When he scripted out the first 25 plays, I scripted out everything that I was doing in a day. And that was kind of my little thing there. But if you follow Bill Walsh real quick, let me just take you through. Cincinnati, he had a guy, Virgil Carter, okay? Couldn't throw. That's why he created the West Coast offense. He led the league in passing. Next year, he had a guy, Ken Anderson, led the league in passing. Supposed to be promoted to head coach. They screwed him. He went to San Diego. Floundering quarterback, Dan Fouts, okay? Transforms Dan Fouts. finally gets a head coaching job at Stanford, okay? What does he do? Guy Benjamin gets the Sammy Baugh Award. Most prolific passer in the nation, first year under Walsh. Next year, same thing happens with Steve Dills, okay? Finally, okay, gets a head coaching job. DeBartolo hires him to the 49ers, the worst franchise in sports, not let alone football. Worst offense, worst everything. Got a guy, Steve DeBerg, who I went to San Jose State with. Year before, 43% completions, worst passer in the NFL, worst offense. Under Walsh, sets the NFL record, okay, for completions. Next year, breaks that record. Then what does Walsh do? Recruits a third-round, weak-armed quarterback out of Notre Dame. You may have heard of him, Joe Montana, all right? Now, here's what will happen. Talent always exploits the system, right? You have a system mixed with talent, boom, Super Bowl. Montana does great. Montana slightly flounders in 87. Walsh benches him, brings in Steve Young. Terry Bradshaw, the commentator, throws a fit, says the real genius wears number 16, Joe Montana, right? He goes, all Walsh wants to do is have Steve Young succeed, then I'll call him a genius. What does Steve Young do? Leads the league the next 5 out of the 6 years, and he has a bust in the Hall of Fame, okay? So talent exploits the system. If you go back, there was a guy, Jeff Kemp, right? His dad ran for vice president. Mm-hmm. He played for the Rams. Never completed more than 42% of his passes. You know, comes in for Walsh when Montana was injured, comes in, completes 64% of his passes. Dude's only 5'10". Walsh designs a line to fire out. Only downside is quarterback gets killed. He only lasts 10 games. Guy, Mike Morosky, you couldn't even find this guy's name. Mike Morosky comes in under Walsh, leads the league. The thing is the system. If you look at my managers, okay, Derek, you know them, the 3 most talented ones, JT, Tognoli, and Crane, right? They're 4th, 5th, and 6th. Because they don't follow the system as much as some of the other guys that aren't as talented. So whole point there is to have a system, okay? So got kind of off track there. Do you have any more time? Got more to blab with you. Still keep going. Okay.
Gino.
Yes.
Gino, we got.
What's that?
We still got Ed.
Yeah, I'll get off whenever you want.
No.
You know? Off? Off. Hasta la vista, baby. See ya.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here this morning, and thank QuantumDigital and Jim for inviting me. I don't know if you remember this, Steve, but in about 2004, I had a presentation, and I was speaking to a group of people, and I was talking about the marketplace and just the exuberance of the marketplace and how bad this was going to get when this marketplace ended. Now, one of my friends was in the market and in the audience, and he was considering investing in a real estate brokerage who wanted him as a partner. And after my presentation, he walked up to me and said, "You convinced me to not go into this business, and I'm not very happy with you." And for 2 years, he called me saying, "I'm still not in the business, and I'm not very happy." Recently, I've been getting bottles of wine at Christmas from him, and it has been a very dramatic and very clear downturn. It has not been something that we've seen before, ladies and gentlemen. We probably won't see it again in our lifetime. I believe that this is a real shift. It is not just a downturn. And all the work that's been done and will be done is going to be about this shift. I need to tell you that I tend to be a contrarian if Jim's around here, and I will tell you that I publish a magazine. And if you read other things, they tell you that marketing and its associated things are facing extinction because of social media and all sorts of other stuff. I tend to believe that we're on the precipice of something very good. So I actually bring you good news this morning. Now, in order for me to give you the good news, I have to use my glasses because I wrote notes, and at my age now, I am starting to eat dinner with my glasses on because all the food looks amorphic now. I look down, it doesn't look appetizing anymore. We are going to get, there are changes that will come into this industry, but they're very, very positive. And I'm going to pose to you that we're at a turning point in the business. And one of the first turning points is that I believe that agents and brokers will cooperatively build the new businesses. I don't think it's going to be a broker-owned business anymore.